The past few days, we got to experience Splatoon 3's Big Run for the first time. It's essentially a 48-hour salmon run event, and it was highly anticipated by the community. Now that it's over though, I wanted to make a video going over my thoughts, because I definitely have some things to say. There were a few things that I liked, but there were also a few things that I didn't like. Let's get into it. I'm gonna start with what was the biggest positive for me: the atmosphere. Once Big Run started, the entirety of Splatsville was transformed. It had this really reddish, gloomy, ominous vibe, which I really liked. I think the devs did a great job conveying that the Splatlands were under attack. Well, except for one thing. Deep Cut kinda just casually mentions that Wahoo World is being invaded, and I don't know, I feel like they could've had some more panic dialogue to make the situation appear more dire, but that's kinda nitpicking. I also really want to praise the music for Big Run. Pretty much every new song was really well done, and I think it made the atmosphere even better. I did wish that the nighttime events also got new songs though. It's kinda weird that the normal waves have this really cool brand new song just for Big Run, but then as soon as Grillers or Glowflies show up, it's just the same song that we get in normal Salmon Run. But even besides that, the music gets a huge plus from me. Okay, now we're gonna get into some of the stuff that I didn't really like. So after my very first game of Big Run, my friends and I were super hyped. We were like, oh yeah, we're gonna grind to 999 this rotation, this is so cool, Big Run is awesome, yada yada yada. But then after playing 3 or 4 games, we kinda made the realization that this is just Salmon Run. It's just Salmon Run, but on a new temporary map. All of the Salmonids behave the same way as they normally would. There's nothing special really going on here. No new enemies, no special waves. Hell, even Cohozuna plays out the same. What I found really disappointing about that was that there were no scale bonuses. It would have been really cool if the rewards for beating Cohozuna during Big Run were doubled or something, but nope. Now what was doubled was the bonus meter, which went up to 2400 instead of the usual 1200. This was good, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it mattered that much. If you're executive VP, that's like 4 or 5 more games. Overall, I kinda just felt like something was missing here. I feel like Big Run is missing one key factor that really makes it stand out from normal Salmon Run. Even the rewards for playing in it are kinda lackluster. Just a doubled bonus meter and a Cohozuna statue? I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks cool, but again, it just feels like something's missing. Whether it's more bonuses, sea snails, scales, decorations, or what if the Salmon Run shop had a special deal going on where everything was half price? You know, just something. I actually made a tweet about this very topic, and it got a ton of traction, so that in itself kinda tells me that a lot of people are in agreement with this. Now, one massive opportunity that I think Nintendo missed out on here was the chance to introduce a brand new King Salmonid. We've dealt with Cohozuna for over 3 months now. Big Run seemed like the perfect time to introduce a brand new one into the mix. But sadly, that wasn't the case. But that's not to say they can't do that in the future though. That actually leads me into my final topic, which is future Big Runs. A lot of people are saying that this was just the first Big Run. They're testing stuff out to make sure it works and observing people's reception to it. For all the future Big Runs, they might be willing to add some more cool stuff and make it more of a worthwhile event. At least, that's what I'm hoping their plan is. I'd like to end off this video with one really cool theory that someone shared with me on Twitter. Zalwox mentions here that the sunken scroll shows 7 rings in the sky, which happens to be the exact amount of remaining seasons in the Splatoon 3 lifecycle. While we might be snorting major hopium here, it would be so cool if every Big Run from now on introduced a new King Salmonid. I think that would take the place of the missing feature I was mentioning earlier. So those are my thoughts on Big Run. I enjoyed it, but I think there was a lot of missed potential here. Here's hoping that Nintendo improves it for the next season. But I gotta ask, what do you all think? Do you agree that this Big Run was missing a little something? Or do you think that there was enough content to justify the hype it got? Whatever you think, please let me know down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe, because a lot more content is on the way. Thanks so much for watching.